Hello and welcome to Swift versus C series. In this series I would like to explore both languages and first of all to learn them at kind of a low level, and the second of all to explore differences between them in terms of maybe how do you execute them, what are the differences in syntaxes, what are the differences in performance, and so on, maybe in memory management and so on. So this is not something that's supposed to teach you because I'm not an expert, but this is maybe something you are interested in and looking into as well. So it might be helpful just to see how someone else is figuring this out at the same time. So the first thing for any programming languages, actually before we start I also want to say that I'm trying to follow the book called C Programming Languages, C Programming Language by Brian Kernighan and Dennis Ritchie. This is a very famous book and I highly recommend this book. This is on C programming language and I think this book is amazing. So the first thing I want to start is by writing words hello world on screen. So this is the very simple program. I think it's better to start everything from C and then try to execute the same thing in Swift. So let's create a file in C and we will call it hello. The extension C says that this is a C file with C source code, and it is not as easy to display hello world in C as you would do it in Swift. So the differences start from the beginning. We need to include a part of standard, part of C standard for input and output. So we do it like this. We include stdio.h and then we can input and output data. The next step is you cannot just write code in C language. You have to introduce a main function, otherwise the compiler will not know what code should be executed first. So to do it we provide int, because this main function is actually supposed to return something and it's supposed to return an integer. This is why we write int, then we write main and then braces, and then inside these braces, I forgot the name of it, we write our program. So we have a very simple program. We want to print a string, and inside the string we want it to say hello world like this. We have to finish each row that is executable with a semicolon, and this is obligatory, so I will do it. Then we can close this brackets, braces, I'm not sure, and I think that's it. Maybe before we move on, actually there is a problem here, a small problem, is that printf function it doesn't provide our line ends by default. So this hello world, this printing hello world, will not actually end the line, and it will mess up our terminal screen. So what we want to do actually is we want to provide an end of line by this /n. Okay, I think that's it. So to execute C code, we need to compile it first. We do it with cc, and then we provide the name of the file. Now the code is compiled. We can see it as a.out. This is our compiled code, and we can actually execute it in a standard Linux way. And it provided us hello world here. Okay, let's write the same program in Swift. So Swift files have extension .swift, similar to C, and this program in Swift is actually very simple. So the idea behind Swift is that it should be a powerful, fast, but, and most important, simple at the same time. So they try to make this program as simple as possible. So what we need to do is just execute the function print and provide their hello world. We don't have to provide semicolon. Swift doesn't require them. You could provide them, but it is not required. Again, for simplicity, for people to not make any mistakes, you can just leave them out. So how Swift understands that this is actually the code to execute? Well, it looks actually the first point where we have not declaration of something, but execution, and this is the entry point to the program. And in case there will be multiple entry points, which is not possible with a single file, but it could be possible with multiple files, then it becomes tricky. So for this program, it's very easy, just hello world. And we can execute this file just by providing Swift hello, and then our program is interpreted and the result is provided on the screen. But actually, for performance point of view and for managing standard input and standard output, we can also do it like this. We provide Swift C, then we provide the name of the file. And then the program is generated as a file. We can see here hello. It is compiled and it is binary file, and we can execute it in a similar way to C. We just provide /hello, and then our program is executed. Yeah, that's it for the first episode.